November might seem like a quiet month in the garden, but actually it's one of those important months to be getting ahead for the new season. In today's video, we shall look at 9 seeds that you could be sowing during the month of November. We have something new to announce, and we've been busily working away on something that's going to make your entire growing year much simpler. We've got crisp mornings now, and the days are much shorter. First thing we're going to sow are some broad beans. This is some saved seed from this year's harvest. So these really aren't costing us anything, but they will give us much next May. And it's simplicity itself, really. You just place these on top. And I always like to use the deep modules. These do have a deep taproot. And although we're filming this right at the very end of October, there is a window from like mid-October to probably mid-November, and that's the window that you want to aim for if you're going to attempt to overwinter your broad beans. For most of us here in the UK, they can be overwintered. Our climate is such that that can happen quite easily. If you do, however, live in a very cold climate with harsh frosts, then you may just have to wait until the new year to plant yours. For the rest of us, why not get planting now? You'll get a nice early harvest, and it means that your bed will become freer much earlier, so that you can get a second planting in. And for myself and Mrs. W, that will always mean sprouts. Our sprouts always follow the broad beans. All legumes, they fix nitrogen from the air and they store it in their roots. So for us, once these are finished with, we cut them down to the ground, leaving the roots still in the beds. And then as they rot down, they release the nitrogen that they've fixed. It doesn't have to be sprouts. Any brassica is going to benefit from it, or any leafy green. It could be lettuce that you're going to follow it with, but they will really make good use of the nitrogen that's left behind. Now, some people find that it's better if they soak their seed before they sow it. We've never really had a problem. Equally, some people say that you should sow the seed so that it's on its side. Mrs. W always does that.
I always sow it like that.
The black piece is at the top where it's going to come from. But you've just seen I just push them in however they are, and we've never actually had any problems with these beans germinating. But if you are having problems with germination, try soaking them. Try doing something different, and then you might get the germination that you want. On the subject of legumes, one thing we've done in the past is to start some peas off a little earlier in order to get a slightly earlier crop. And it's still something that you can do. We're going to go back to that and try it again this year. And you need a variety that's going to be able to withstand the cold, so it needs to be a first early, really. Something like a Feltnam first. We're going to be using a variety called Meteor. And I'm going to just pop them into a module. Once they've germinated and they've got to 2-3 inches tall, and we're just going to put them into one of our 30-litre containers. Stick some canes in there so that they've got something to run up. And they'll overwinter and hopefully get away nice and early in the new year. And Mrs. W, because we all know that one of her most favourite vegetables, she may actually be eating peas in April or May and not June and July. I'd like to thank you all very much for your amazing comments that you've been leaving us, and especially in regard to the sweet potatoes. That was, for us, a really good harvest. I'm definitely going to try them again next year, and I think it was Christine, I think it was, who said that she'd like to know exactly how we went about growing those. And I did suggest maybe we should do a grow along and we can grow some together. So that you plant yours when we plant ours and we all grow them together at the same time, doing the same things. Let us know in the comments, yes or no, is that something that you would be interested in doing? One thing that has worked really, really well is this salad bowl. The actual seed is called salad bowl mix, isn't it, Mrs. W?
It is, yes, yeah.
You can see just how well they're growing. We've already had 2 or 3 cuts from this. All you do is just cut it back, don't you? And
yeah, I just harvest what we need when we need it, really, and it grows back really well. But it is starting to get a little bit leggy now.
Yeah, but it will keep coming back. And it's a bit late now, really, to be sowing things like your Arctic Kings and winter densities. We did that a bit earlier in the year. But you can be doing this because even if you don't have an undercover growing space like we do, you can just sow them into a bowl, take them down to your house, and they'll quite happily grow away there. Just keep them watered, and you can just take what you need from them. If you need to do that 2 or 3 times over the winter to keep it going, why not? One of Mrs. W's sayings to me is that lettuce is not just for summer. Sticking with the undercover theme, and again, you could do this and keep them in, down in your house if you wish, just put them into slightly smaller bowls. But you can be sowing things like Mizuna. We've been eating this for the last 2 to 3 weeks or so. It quickly gets established. Salad rocket, that's been really good too, hasn't it, Mrs. W?
Yes, yeah.
Really has.
Yeah.
And, these things are so valuable at this time of the year and as we get a bit later into the year so that we can still get some nice greens into us. You can still continue to sow the rocket in the same way as Mizuna. You just need to keep it under cover. If you're going to be growing it in your house, and not in an undercover space like this, just put it into a slightly smaller bowl. And you can continue sowing that right up to January, really. And it'll germinate and it'll get itself going and it will give you some lovely harvests. I have just spotted here, Mrs. W, that I'm really pleased about is the lamb's lettuce.
Yes, that is looking lovely, isn't it?
That's now.
Been a bit slower to grow.
Yeah.
But we're getting there. I think we could definitely have a small harvest from that now.
Oh, definitely. And yeah, really looking forward to that.
Just going back to the rocket we were talking about, we grow, this particular one here is the wild rocket, and it's a variety called Trisha, and it's an all year round. You can sow that any month of the year and it will grow. You can have a continuous year's harvest.
Rocket has a reputation that it quickly goes to seed especially if the weather is warm. By containing it just in these containers, obviously over winter it's in here. We don't grow it in here over the summer months. It goes down onto our patio and just grows there. Some people prefer not to and stick with their normal lettuce during the summer months and forget about this. But it is possible if you just keep re-sowing that you can enjoy that lovely rocket peppery taste. Now we're going to be trying a new variety to us, and it was kindly recommended by Susie, and you can see I've gone and got some. It's a variety called Valmaine, and she said it's probably even better than winter density. One of the things I do like about this is that you can sow it from September all the way up to January and just keep sowing it. Use it a bit like a cut and come again lettuce. Looks like it's got a really upright growing habit, Mrs. W.
Yes.
So it's going to be space saving too.
Mm.
So it's going to be really interesting exactly what that tastes like.
It says it's quite a sweet flavour as well. So it kind of looks a bit like a dandelion leaf, I feel. But it's supposed to be quite a sweet lettuce. So look forward to trying that.
Oh, yes. November is also the month when you can start to plant shallot sets. It's not a time to sow the seed. It's the time to sow the sets. And by sowing them now, they'll get going just like your onions. They'll get the roots down, they'll overwinter, and then get away nice and strongly. In the new year, once the weather starts to warm up and the daylight length starts to lengthen, and you'll get them a bit earlier. They can, of course, be planted next year, but your harvest will be delayed. Remember at the start of the video, I said November is a month when you can get ahead for next year. A lot of the things we do now is doing exactly that. You get ahead, they harvest a bit earlier, the soil becomes free, you can grow something else. And it works really well with shallots. In November, you can also still be planting garlic. If you didn't get a chance to plant it in October, like we did, you can continue planting that into November. That's going to be absolutely fine. And in the first 2 weeks of November, that's when it's really the last opportunity and window that you really want to be planting onion sets. They really want to be in the first 2 weeks of November. Shallots, on the other hand, they're fine. You've got all of November to be able to plant those into your beds. So got lots of celery coming, Mrs. W. Yeah, seems to be settling down a bit and had a bit of a movement after we took it out of the ground and put it into these tubs, but it's now starting to pick itself up again. One thing myself, Mrs. W, are going to do is to add a few daffodils to the veg plot. We had them in various places all over our garden, and they're lovely to see in the new year. But we thought we'd plant maybe some on the corners of the vegetable beds, and so we can see a little bit of colour much earlier. We don't have to keep waiting for the marigolds or anything else that we want to plant there to come through. These will be there first. You can see that Storm Ben has brought down many of the leaves that were still on the trees in the woodland behind us. In fact, the trees outside the front have also suffered the same fate. But that's a good thing, because myself and Mrs. W, we can collect those up between now and the end of the year and make leaf mould for the following year. This is our leaf mould now, which we collected this time last year, and it's rotted down really well, and we'll be able to use that with our mixers in the new year. Now, of course, if you're really lucky, you could be somebody like Pete, who's on his allotment. Apparently the church, they said it can have all the leaves that's fallen off those trees. Not only that, but somebody's picked them up and put them in a bag.
Lucky Pete.
Now, that's the sort of allotment you want, isn't it?
It certainly is.
I said at the start of the video that we had something to announce to you. And that announcement is that we have our own website. Myself and Mrs. W have been working busily on this in the background all year. And we've come to a point now where we now have a website that's live. It went live today. Is it finished? No, not quite yet. It's got lots of information on it, but we still want to add much more to it, which we shall do over the coming months. There'll be blogs, there'll be all sorts of things that hopefully will give you the information that you need to grow not just great veg, but great veg all year around. You can find our website by going to newdignnorfolkgardener.co.uk. It's a UK company that's done our website, and they have said to us that if any of our viewers are looking to get their own website, then they're going to offer us a discount code of 10% to our viewers. So I'll leave that link in the description. And if you're looking to actually have a website yourself, do check them out. And if you use the code that we put in there, then you get 10% off the price. Can't be bad. You can imagine, we do get quite a few comments that come through. And a lot of them are all to do with what to sow. What to sow. You love the videos when we tell you what you can be sowing so that you can be harvesting fresh vegetables all year around. And it's so wonderful to hear from you and say, I've done this when you did this and I had these harvests. There are too many of these comments to mention them all individually. So those of you that said, do you have a seed sowing calendar? Well, we do now. Each month has a picture that was taken from our Newdig Norfolk garden. You can use the calendar just like a regular calendar. All of the bank holidays are marked on there. Where there is black text, that is the optimum time to sow that particular vegetable. And for each month, we've also, where it's in red, that means that's a succession sowing. So you can keep your vegetable garden nice and full all year around. Now, many of you have remarked that we seem to be able to grow brassicas all year round and we have them harvest for each month. How do we do that? Well, what I have done, I've included in here exactly when we sow them, so that you can sow them at the same time and you'll get the harvests when we get our harvests. I planned the garden out so that we have a brassica harvest every single month of the year. There is also some tips at the bottom just to help you along for the month. And we've also marked when there was a new moon, a full moon, and really importantly, when the equinoxes happen. Exactly how to use this calendar, it's all explained on the back. On the back 2 pages of the calendar, there is actually room for notes so that you can write notes down as you go through the year so that you don't forget when you come to the following year. This is actually our proof copy, which we picked up a couple of Saturdays ago, and the only thing that's missing from it is that our logo is not there. So the copy that you receive will have the No Dig Norfolk Gardeners logo. But as you're watching this, this is available now for you to purchase for just £10.99 plus postage and packaging. You can purchase this by clicking on the link in the description or clicking on the link that I'll leave in the pinned comment in the comments section. Both will take you to our website where this will be available for you to purchase. We're really pleased with this and we're really proud of the work that we've done with this over the last 12 months. And we hope that you will enjoy this too. It's going to make somebody a great Christmas present, the vegetable gardener in your life. November and indeed through to December sees the days really shortening in length. That means you'll be indoors much earlier in the day. It'll be too dark to do anything. What better time to do your planning? What are you going to need for next year to grow those amazing vegetables? And together with this, it'll help you plan exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it. But of course, once you get all of these amazing vegetables, what you will need to do is to know what to do with them. So why not watch this next?